Hello, Mr. Speaker and fellow representatives. Wait a second. The First Amendment protects the most fundamental rights to American democracy and is the foundation of the American dream. The United States was founded on the idea of freedom of speech, that is, freedom of conscience. The idea that citizens of this new type of democratic republic are free to choose their own dreams and promote their own ideas, including those that other citizens of the state may find inconvenient, objectionable, or even abhorrent. There is no other right more fundamental to the modern idea of democracy, which was conceived here in the United States of America. This is a request that the state understands that the First Amendment is the most fundamental point of law in American democracy. Without it, for what does the Constitution stand? For what have millions of Americans fought and died overseas? For what did our ancestors wage the revolution, fight the Civil War, and defeat Nazism in Europe? Last Wednesday's arrest on university campuses around our state of both pro-Palestinian protesters and pro-Israeli counter-protesters was an attack on students' ability to exercise such rights. As a student at the University of New Hampshire, I know my peers, and I am personally familiar with the events that transpired. Last Wednesday's event organizers, the Graduate Student Senate, an integral part of the university, had gone through all the proper channels to obtain permitted approval for their demonstration. Interestingly, UNH police arrived right when union organizers were scheduled and advertised to meet. There is absolutely no justification for the way law enforcement handled this situation, as they failed to do even the bare minimum to protect students' rights and wait for the scheduled event to conclude. Regardless of opinions of what is happening in Palestine, this is an assault on the First Amendment. Despite patently false claims from university police, nothing that the event organizers did in any way violated the law or even school policy. Even if such a violation had occurred, it would be the fault of the university for maintaining an unconstitutional policy. All 12 of those who were arrested were members of the UNH community. Despite claims that outside agitators were the cause, the statistics suggest otherwise. This isn't only about students protesting for Palestine, and to that end, pro-Israel counter-protesters, who are likewise protected by the First Amendment, also had their rights flagrantly violated by the University of New Hampshire, the New Hampshire State Police, and the New Hampshire Army National Guard. Last week, the House reaffirmed those students' rights by voting down SB 439, which would have banned BDS protests. According to the national report from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, UNH is ranked 3rd in the nation for free speech on campus. Isn't that ranking something that we want to improve and not make worse? The state must drop all charges being brought, both against protesters and counter-protesters, by encouraging university administrators to open and keep lines of communications with student groups and work collaboratively to support the First Amendment, regardless of the situation. We need to ensure safety and security for everyone while making sure that they can practice their First Amendment rights. Thank you.